Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you had a good first full week post Pesach, and I look forward to seeing everyone who will be in Shul on Shabbos. Our last Erev Shabbos videos of our Torah, we spoke about the bracha of Al Natilas Yadayim, and we said that we are going to speak about some of the early brachos from the beginning of our day, even before we get to Shul or daven, the main part of our morning davening. And right now, we'll discuss the bracha of Asher Yatzar. It's a bracha we say every morning. We also say throughout the day, every time that a person uses the bathroom, they make a bracha and they say Asher Yatzar. And the truth is, it's quite amazing that our sages instituted, that we should say a bracha, we should turn towards Hashem every time we leave the restroom. It really is quite amazing. What does the bracha say? It thanks Hashem that our bodies are working properly, that everything, both internally and externally, whatever should be open is open, whatever should be closed. And if something would, so to speak, chas v'shalom, not work in our bodies, we could not stand, we could not exist. Baruch atah Hashem, and we conclude, Rofei chol basar, umafli la'asos. The God is the healer of all flesh, umafli la'asos, and He acts wondrously. To what does this refer? What is the great pella, the great wonder that this bracha is all about? And so the commentaries point to a medrash which states as follows. The pasuk says, Ki gadol ata va'osei niflaos. For you are great God, and you perform wonders. What is so wondrous? Ha'adam doma lenod malo ruach. A person is like a node, that's like a leather skin flask, a canteen, but that's soft, and that's filled with air, and that's sealed tight, and as long as it's closed, it's firm, and it will not collapse. However, im yasa adam nekev kechuda shamachad, if you just make a pinprick, such a small hole, the air leaves, and it collapses. And yet, ha'adam malo nekavim, a person full of all kinds of openings and holes, veruach mishnemer spesocho, and yet the air, the ruach, the spirit, stays within us miraculously, wondrously. Some understand this as a mashal for the human body, that the human body is a wonder, that it's so sensitive, so many things could go wrong. The system is so intricate, and it's a wonder that everything continues to function in a healthy way as long as it does. In one of our together on Tuesday lunches, someone shared. They said, "I'd like to share with you, speaking to me, what bracha I have the most kavana for." So we said, "What bracha do you have the most kavana for?" And we weren't talking about these issues. I was quite surprised. And he says, "The kavana I have the most, the bracha I have the most kavana for, the most connection, the most focus by far, is Asher Yatzar." And the person explained they had some health issues, which I think had been resolved, but it was only after his body was not working properly did he realize, did he appreciate, did he feel the miracle of a healthy body. A healthy body is a pella, is a wonder, and there's so many things could go wrong. Why don't we just deflate, so to speak? The air could so easily come out of us, and yet it doesn't. And for that, we thank Hashem with the bracha of Asher Yatzar. But others understand the pella, the wonder of Asher Yatzar, differently. And they understand in that mashal, that parable, the air inside is not air, but it is the ruach. It is the spirit. It is our neshama that is inside of us. And it is a wonder how and why the neshama stays inside of the human body. The Ramah, Rav Moshe Isserles in the Shulchan Aruch, writes that the meaning of the concluding of Asher Yatzar is Shemafli Lasos, the God acts wondrously. B'mashe Shoma Ruach Ha'adam B'kirbo, that Hashem sustains and keeps the spiritual spirit of a person within him. V'kosher davar ruchani b'davar gashmi, and he combines, Hashem connects something physical with something spiritual. That why is it that our neshama stays inside of our body? And we wonder at that specifically after coming out of a bathroom, after we've experienced what would seem to be the lowest, most undignified part of who we are, what in the ways in which we most resemble an animal, that we realize the waste that is inside of us, and it is baffling that Hashem chooses this as the vessel to hold our souls. How could it be that Hashem places a soul in such an organism, and yet Hashem does. Hashem combines the lowest of the low with the highest of the high, the neshama with the goof, the spirit inside of that flask. We are that flask holding that ruach inside of us, and that is an even greater wonder. So every time we say Asher Yatzar, there are two wondrous things to think about. That our body is functioning correctly, even though it is so complex and there's so many possible things that could go wrong, and yet Hashem keeps everything just in the right place. Even though we realize that when we come out of a bathroom, we realize our physical, our weakness, again, the sort of, so to speak, the waste that we carry, and yet everything works perfectly. And even more wondrously, we realize that it is in such a body, such a vessel, that Hashem places the spiritual entity that is our soul. And how do those two things come together? We do not know. It is a pella. It is a wonder. And it is a wonder that comes from God, Rofeicha Basar, the one who heals all flesh. We thank Hashem for our physical bodies, and if we are in good health in particular, Umafli Lasos, and he acts wondrously by placing and guarding and protecting our souls that are inside of our bodies. Something to think about every time we say Asher Yatzar. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.